The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Well, we're excited about being in the playoffs, and we're excited about playing anybody, to make the playoffs. To be one of only 28 teams left out of 170 is pretty doggone good, and we're glad to be in it. And when we were 3-2, it didn't look like there was much hope, and these guys reeled off 7 in a row, and unbelievable compliment to these kids of what they've accomplished. And not any game, well, maybe one was easy. The rest of them were pretty good challenges. And so coaching staff, I can't say enough about the coaching staff, about their faithfulness through all of it. They never lost track of the vision of being better and improving every week and getting where we wanted to get to. And the good thing of it is we hadn't got there yet. We still got some room to go, and we still got a whole lot of things to improve. We have not played a 60-minute game all year, and we've really been a roller coaster team at times. Maybe a little bit less in the last 2 or 3 games, but still we're a roller coaster sometimes. And I started it, and I haven't done it because I think it'd be a downer for us. But I was going to check to see on any particular play if all 11 people did their job. Because if you, on a defense or an offensive play or a kicking game play, if all 11 people do their assignments, then you're probably going to have some really good success. And I've been scared to see, if there was 11 total people that got the job done on any particular play. I think we did that when you were here. We graded a little bit that, and the percentage was small then, but I bet right now, we got naught, and it takes a lot of time to do that, and I haven't done it this year. So, but mark that down for December this year. We're going to be doing it December this year. How's that?
You talked about being 3-2 and going on a run. Do you draw any parallels to that 2012 team when you started the year 2-2 and went on that run to make the playoffs?
Not much. It's I'm a coach that don't remember too far back, and I watched when we played Valdosta in 2012, and we got off to a great start, and then we weakened down the stretch. And I don't know how many guys are on this team that was on that team, not many, because we had 28 seniors last year, and it's not many. 3? Okay, I got the high sign that there's 3 of them. Who are the 3?
Goose, Tyler, Stephen Ison.
Oh, you had Dre and Trey too.
Oh, that's right. They were on that team. That's
Okay.
5.
But didn't play any.
Yeah, the only ones that played were probably Tyler. Stephen was hurt, I believe.
Yeah, Stephen didn't play.
Yeah, I think Tyler Scott's really the only one that played.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. And Tyler didn't start.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody started against him. And anyway, we sure didn't respond well down there that year. We didn't handle ourselves like we needed to, and that always shows up. It always shows up in the results of the ball game. So we went down there and got on the macho level a little bit, and that stupo macho never works. It always backfires. You may not know it, but it does.
Is there anything else you remember about that 2012 game?
Well, I remember some big plays in the kicking game. One that worked great for them. They faked the punt. We faked one that didn't work at all. So that was major turning point. I remember that for sure.
Cedric O'Neal, he was on that 2012 team.
Who?
Cedric O'Neal, their running back.
Yeah, good running back.
He's now their all-time leading rusher, has 14 touchdowns this season. What makes him tick? Why is he a good back?
Well, he's speed and he's got great vision. I remember one time he started this way and came all the way back, across the grain against us because there's a little crease back to the other side. And so he'll find a crease if you give him one.
What kind of challenges do a road game, especially where you have to make a long trek all the way down there, present to your team?
Well, it's an opportunity, I think. It's an opportunity for you to spend 2 days together, grow together, enjoy memories together. We're making memories, and we're building a decision-making process, I hope, in our own minds that's going to help us for the rest of our lives. And that's what football is for. Football is to help you to win life. If it don't help you win life, football don't make a whole lot of sense. And it's a great learning laboratory that I hope that we can plug in really well this weekend. And this is a fun group of kids. There ain't a whole lot of babysitting that you have to do with this bunch. In fact, they're a cut above most. And so that's exciting for me to be part of it.
You mentioned the faith of the coaching staff, but what about the faith of your upperclassmen after the way that last season ended and this season started to kind of lead this team through a strong stretch to get to the playoffs?
I think it's an unbelievable message about a group of guys that have said we don't die. If we're breathing, we're fighting, and that's what they've done. And I'm so excited for them, and some of the things that they've accomplished this year will go with them the rest of their lives. There's no question about it.
Valdosta, I think, has only seen the option one time, and that was against Shorter a couple weeks ago. Is there any advantages that your offense might have against a defense that doesn't see the option a whole lot?
Well, they've seen it twice. They said Mississippi College is also an option team, and so it's not our kind of option, though. It's a different kind of option, and but they did a good job playing assignment football in both those ball games. And so, if they are disciplined enough to do assignment football, then that's what defending option football is all about.
Jeremy McLeod said the other day that Valdosta's offense is something that they've seen a lot of lately, and it's potentially the strength of the defense to go against that type of offense. Do you see it the same way?
Well, the biggest difference is we haven't seen speed like we're about to see. And, and speed is one of those things that makes things happen. So we've got to really play good defensive football, assignment, gap control football in order to be successful against this group.
Obviously, when you get into the playoffs, a couple things are magnified. Turnovers are magnified. You didn't cause any last week. And then also special teams, which has been up and down this season. At times it's been great. At times you've given up some kickoff returns. Any adjustments, any extra time that you do to work on those phases of the game?
Well, we spend a whole lot of time on it right now, and that's the reason it's so frustrating to probably be leading the all-time Carson-Newman record of allowing kickoff returns for touchdown. I think 5 of them. Who ever heard of that? And I mean, if you allow one a year, you're doing some things wrong. And so we sure have anguished a whole lot over our kickoff coverage. I mean, it seems like it's feast, starve to death. And that's kind of the way it's been this year. And I probably can use a better example than that. Victory, total defeat. That's kind of the way it's gone. And so Saturday, we were averaging, we were only giving up like 5 yards of return until, poof, touchdown. And so, I don't know. It's like everything else. You get one guy that gets out of his lane or one guy that runs around a block and still taking on a block, then you open a crease, and with those guys back there that can run and going north and south, and there it goes. And and then on kickoff return, just Saturday, you know, and we've returned 2 or 3 for touchdowns, but Saturday we got 3 for touchdowns minus one guy missing a block. One guy. And, I mean, that's all that was left. It's like the Red Sea had opened up, and then one guy misses a block. And that happened 3 times Saturday. And it was 3 different guys, you know. So, come on. And this weekend, this Saturday, we better make some of them plays, or we'll be in trouble against a team that can really, really run.
Phelan Booker's really settled into his own in his first season in the program. What has he done to position himself to lead that group of newcomers on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, I think he's taken on the role of a leader. I think he's taken on the role of Phelan's a smart guy. He's got a lot going for him, and I think he's finally accepted the fact that that the Lord had a plan for him to be here besides just for him. It was for some other people too. And so he's been a great he's been an encouragement to watch him grow and develop as a person. And you know, when you develop as a person, you're going to be a pretty good football player, and that's what he's done.
You mentioned Valdosta's team speed. Is there a certain area, a certain position, a certain person that really jumps off the paper at you?
Well, the running back, the receivers, the defensive backs, linebackers run really, really well. You can't even leave out the defensive linemen. They run well. The 2 defensive ends are outstanding. And so, you know, they just overall team speed is different than what we've seen. So we'll have to adjust to it.
E.J. Hilliard, their quarterback, seems like a mobile threat, second leading rusher. How do you deal with him?
Try to before the game starts, we're going to ask him if he won't put on some weights on his ankles, and ask him if that won't, you know, if he wouldn't do that for us, and so he would not hardly be as quick. He's quick, boy. He's tough.